Good day, mates. I found myself a really gem of a place to share with you. I am at the Bunyas National Park on a beautiful, beautiful winter day. That's right, winter day. And it is an absolutely incredible place. And I haven't even gotten started yet. I'm sitting here just under the shade of a bunya tree, and I'm surrounded here by these wallabies. They're everywhere you look. Wallabies. And it's going to be a special day, and I'm going to bring you along. We're going to go and explore the Bunyas National Mountains, and what a better place to start than sharing some of these beautiful wallabies with you. Now these wallabies, they really don't seem to mind me being here, and I can probably actually just walk right amongst them, and they're not gonna care. Look at this. Really nice. These are much smaller than your kangaroos. And this one's wondering if I've got something to eat, and I think this might be that little one's mama right there. Really delightful. Very, very nice. You know, and I was wondering early on in my travels here to Australia, I was wondering whether or not I would have the opportunity to see some of these critters, and as luck would have it, there's just no shortage of them. Look at them. They're just everywhere. They're kind of looking at the camera, and I'm sure Mark back there in Michigan, who follows me on my videos, he probably is just absolutely loving this. Just wonderful. Really, really, really beautiful. And they're not shy. Not at all. This one might go bouncing off here in just a moment. We will see. Okay. So there you go. Just across from where I was introducing you to those beautiful wallabies, you see the general store, cafe, bar, and bistro here at the Bunya National Park. And I actually had the opportunity to walk through here just a bit earlier, and it's really a delightful place. I'll share some of it with you, and as I do, there's a couple Aussies, I'm assuming they're Aussies, sitting out here having their morning coffee. So we'll go check out the general store and share some of this with you. Welcome to the Bunyas. Takeaway coffee, food. And let's see what you can get here. So you can get yourself a hamburger, the Works burger, bacon and egg burger, fish and chips, toasted wraps. You can get yourself just about everything here. And we'll step in. Look at this. Get yourself a little parrot to take home. Here's a kangaroo if you want one of these. What a special place this is. It really is. Kind of reminds me of the area back home that I love called Lake Tahoe. So I'll show you some of the gifts in here that you might get. There's some Aboriginal work that you can get, some artwork. And over here you have the boomerang if you want to take yourself home a authentic hand-painted in Australia boomerang. All types of wonderful gifts. You can get yourself a shot glass. All of these wonderful gifts. Some nice tea sets. Vincent William Van Gogh. Get yourself some beautiful tea set. And over here they've got some really nice clothing that you could buy. Boy, what a beautiful place this is. And then we'll take you for a walk right outside. Here they've got all types of, well, you could get yourself a nice coffee. They call it a long black down here. If you order a coffee, they may not know what you're talking about. So you'd want to order yourself a long black. Now when you come here and you're researching the Bunyas, oftentimes you'll see that there's wild bird feeding. And this is where you would feed the wild birds. You would buy yourself some feed, and you'd stand out here under this tree right here, and you would have the birds just come and land on you and what have you. But at the moment they're not doing that. They are putting food out for the birds, but at the moment there aren't any birds. You can't feed them out of your hand, unfortunately. So come down here, you've got the Bunya's Tavern. A lot of people come here from the weekends out of Brizzy, as my mom loves to pronounce that in her best Aussie. So here is where you would come in, and this is where you'd come in and get yourself a little brekkie, you know. And I just learned a new word today. I think it's bicky. Bicky? Is bicky? Is that the word, bicky? Bicky for brekkie? Brekkie. Bicky for brekkie, a biscuit, isn't it? Don't you? I'm from America. You're from America. Well, you wouldn't. Well, she wouldn't know that. So what the Aussies will have a bicky for brekkie. That's what the Aussies will have. They'll have a bicky for brekkie. So we'll. The forest is actually just right over there, and there is your forest, and we're going to go and take a nice walk through the forest. Here's a nice shot of the Bunya's coffee shop, bar, and bistro from the outside of where I was just standing. And if I pan the camera just over here to the right, you'll see a rather beautiful Bunya tree, and there's some children underneath that are trying to get the attention of a wallaby. Just a gorgeous spot. Really is a beautiful spot. Look at this sculpture right here. There's absolutely no shortage of sculptures as you're walking around here. Here's a sculpture of it looks like a tree with a hand coming up. Look at that. Really beautiful. Actually just give you a nice view looking around, and that's probably a nice shot just coming right up here. What I do is I try to actually get some nice pictures, and if I could get the top of that tree right there you go. So there's your picture right there. Very nice. And then all around here they have different information panels. A land of plenty, the Giant's Fall, a place to protect. And just over here, there's a map exploring the Bunya Mountains. And they've got some different information for having an enjoyable walk. You can see, you'll be able to look a lot of this up online. Stroll the fern carpet under ancient Bunya pines on the way to a waterfall, or take a track winding in and out of sun-drenched ridges, giving views to the plains below. All right. Here it says, welcome to the Cedarvale Cottage, right there. Really nice. And look who's coming along here. Just never know what you're going to see. There you go. All right. I need to find my way into the forest, and I will do that. I'm going to see if I can't actually go and see the visitor center. Here's another shot of the Cedarvale Cottage right there. And just over here you have another nice little building. What a beautiful spot. There are no shortage of wallabies. I am staying with a absolutely wonderful couple down in the town of Toowoomba, and they were telling me that I will see plenty of wallabies, and boy, they weren't kidding. Look at all of these, just kind of enjoying their afternoon, just oblivious to the ways of the world. Now here's a guy just kind of taking a break. Look at him just sitting there. Isn't that something? That'll be a nice picture right there. It's probably a mama. Here's another one. Look at how they just sit. Now that's got a baby. You see, I think that one has a little baby in its pouch. I'll be darned. Look at that. Maybe I can. Oh, that's adorable. Isn't that adorable? I don't know how close I can get, but that sure is a nice picture right there with the little baby looking out. You see that? Wow. What a nice picture. That really is a nice picture right there. Look at that. All right. Mama's getting a little bit jitterish. But boy, there's your shot of the day. Right there with the little baby sticking its head out. And off she goes. Now here's a little one. Just probably not too much older than the last one that I saw. And look at how beautiful this little wallaby is. Beautiful. Just gorgeous. Might get a little spooked. There you go. All right. And this would be it's the Caravan Park, you see. And had I known then what I know now, I would have decided to hire myself a little tent and come up here with a tent and do a little bit of camping. I was talking to this lovely lady a little bit earlier, and they were telling me that that right there is their home. That right there, they're just calling that home and traveling around Australia, having a little lunch as we speak. But I would imagine that I could get myself one of these nice little setups and have my own little camping adventure here in the Bunya National Park. Absolutely wonderful. And the people here are so friendly. They are. Everybody that I've met, like this lovely lady, she's looking at my camera and she's wondering, what is this crazy American doing? Right? That's what you were thinking. This guy must be an American. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. You are now on Tom TV.
Oh, great.
What's your name?
Mary.
Mary. I have a sister named Mary.
Do you?
So you're camping, huh?
Yeah, we are. We're on a 3-week road trip.
Yeah?
We're from New South Wales, a place called Coffs Harbour.
Oh, Coffs Harbour. I know Coffs Harbour. Wonderful. Yeah. Now, did you bring some shrimp and steak to put on the barbie? Huh? Isn't that what you Aussies do when you camp? You put some steak and shrimp on the barbie. Is that your guitar? Do you play guitar?
My husband's guitar. Mine's in the Caravan.
Could you play me a tune? Do you know, I beg your pardon, I never promised you a rose garden? Do you know that song? I beg your pardon, I never promised you a rose garden along with the sunshine. There's gotta be a little sometime. No, gotta be a little rain sometimes. There you go. Boy, you two look like a lovely couple. Really, really a wonderful couple. Have a wonderful day, okay?
You too.
All right, thank you so much, folks. I'm from Florida. I'm from Florida. So here, you see, here is their little setup. And that gentleman is going to marinade. He's going to marinate. He's going to serenade. He's going to serenade Mary tonight under the stars with his guitar, you see. And all the fellow campers are going to come around, and they're going to sit around. They're going to sit around this campsite, and they're going to watch Mary get serenaded. So, all right, there you have it, folks. Look at this, absolutely wonderful. Now here's a camping arrangement for you. Look, you see they got the little one right there, or maybe that's for the dog, I don't know. But what a nice campsite. Oh boy, you know, this is a video all in by itself, and we haven't even gotten into the park yet. And if only to make this official, we've got to visit the information center here at Bunya Mountains National Park, and it is just on the other side of the campground here. And I believe it's open. I think I saw somebody stepping out. So this is where you would get the information on the different trails and what might have you here at the park. They have the Queensland National Park self-service kiosk where you can book your national park experience, and here's some other information here. Now the actual information center is closed at the moment, so I'm not going to be able to take you inside, but here's a view of the Caravan Park. I keep wanting to say campground, being from America, but here's the view of the Caravan Park. Now let's see if we can't go actually explore some of the park. And as I do walk down here, you see they've got a screen right here where they probably have movies or something. And here's a mama. I think she's just waiting for the show to start. I think she's here for the 12 o'clock show. And I don't know if anybody else is going to show up, but she's got another little baby sticking its head out of her pouch. You see, just kind of enjoying a nice day here. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Boy, this is really going to make just a wonderful, wonderful video. Mom is just kind of checking me out, wondering what am I doing. Huh. All right, we don't want to spook her. So let's go see the park. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, when are we gonna get on the track? The track is in the path, as we would call it in America. And you see right here, I am at the track entrance. This is the Eastern Rainforest tracks, and I am not quite sure. I've got to look around a little bit and see. They've got short walks, stroll for over 500 meters, and then they have a half-day walk. So I'm going to take a look at one of these and find my way onto the path of what I'm sure, or I'm sorry, onto the track of what I'm sure is going to be some beautiful, beautiful scenery. And off we go. There are a variety of tracks that you can take here, and I decided that I'm going to bring you along on the scenic track, if only because it sounds good. So I'm going to take you on the scenic track, and as I come in here, look at this right here. You have the birds of the Bunyas right there. Over 210 species of birds have been recorded in these mountains. Here are some of the you're most likely to see along the way there. So it really is. You don't even have to take a step in before you see just really, really beautiful scenery. So we are going to go on the scenic track, and I'm going to see if I can't maybe do some nice drone footage as well as we walk along the scenic circuit, I should say. So as you come up, just up over here, see some folks that are just finishing their walk, and here to the left you can take the Barker's Creek circuit, which is 9 kilometers, or to the right is the Pine Gorge Lookout, falls or the scenic circuit. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do the scenic circuit, but I want to give you a nice shot looking just down this way here. Look at this. Really pretty. I'm going to have a hard time trying to not want to share all of it with you. Just up the path, I come to a sign in front of this tree here, and it says, "Look, but don't touch." My mother used to say that to me a lot. This is a giant stinging tree, and they're native to the Bunya Mountains and play an important role in the natural environment, often being one of the first trees to colonize a space after a disturbance such as a storm damage or a tree fall. And they've got heart-shaped leaves. I don't know if I can actually share that with you. Perhaps I can. But look at that. So they've got heart-shaped leaves, and that's one of the ways that you would know that this is a stinging tree. And you really don't want to get stung by a stinging tree, let me tell you, not from what I've read. There's just absolutely no shortage of beautiful, beautiful, beautiful scenery as you walk through here. And you know, it would be tempting just to let the camera roll and bring you along for the whole experience. But I don't know if I could find enough to talk about. And will you look at this tree here? It's got some carvings, and that says 1932, and I don't know if I believe that, but who knows? It may very well be from 1932. And as I give you a view looking straight up, this beautiful tree, look at this. Look how tall it is. Really magnificent. Look at that beautiful tree. Wow. That's just gorgeous. Really beautiful. And I can probably put the camera straight up and spin it around a little bit. Kind of like that. Scaling the giants. Aboriginal people collected bunya nuts not only from the forest floor, but also by climbing the giant bunya pines. This was done by the fittest of the men with the assistance of a climbing vine. Once they reached the top, the climbers would knock off the cones with a stick or a small hand axe, and the cones would crash to the ground. Marks of day gone by. Many Aboriginal people and archaeologists believe that the Aboriginal climbers also cut stone, using stone axes, cut toe holes into the bark of the bunya pine, such as you see on this beautiful tree right here. This is commonly given as an explanation for the large scars found on many of the older bunya pines. The scars are often located in two rows for left and right feet, with those in each row being vertically above each other. This theory is also supported by some historical evidence. And look at that right there. Is that something? Now, I don't know if you would get me climbing this tree, but wow, look at that. I'll give you a nice close-up of those toe holds right there. Look at that tree. And I'll give you a nice pan up of the tree. That really is beautiful. Wow. Look at that. That is one magnificent tree. There's another angle of the trees looking straight up. Isn't that something? As I turn the camera around a little bit. Really something special. Mounds of Love. This mound has been made by an Australian brush turkey. During spring and summer, male brush turkeys rake leaf, litter, sticks, and debris into large mounds. They do this to attract the female bird. If the mound appeals to a female brush turkey, she will mate with the male and lay up to 24 eggs within the mound, having nothing more to do with the eggs or any of the young from this point on. The heat generated by the decomposing vegetation incubates the eggs. The male guards the eggs from predators and keeps their temperature constant by raking material on or off the mound. If it's too hot or cold, the eggs won't hatch. So there you have it, nature's gardener. Over time, mounds decompose into a rich source of fertilizer for surrounding forest. So there you have it, folks. There is your mound of love right there. Look at that. Isn't that something? Look at those vines. And that's what the Aboriginals would use to climb to the top if they weren't notching the trees. But look at that. Wow. Really something. Wow, look at this. So I'm gonna take you through the tree myself. Look at that. Looks like something out of a fairy tale. Wow, look at that tree. That's something else. Really something else. Wonderful. Really something. Gonna try to give you a nice pan right up the tree. Look at that. That is really cool. I can't say I've ever seen a tree like that. Isn't that something? Wow. Now we'll bring it back down and I'll walk you through it. Look at that. That is just really cool. Now we'll go through here's the walkway going right through. Wow. Really cool. And I'll bring the camera up through here. Now I don't know if this is a sticky pine. I don't think it is. It might be. But there you go. It's actually kind of dark. You can't see it that well. But bringing it back down, you'll be able to. Look at that. Strangling for survival, the sign says. The strangler ficus, I can't pronounce the word, began its life at least 400 years ago as a seedling high on another tree. As it grew, the fig's long cable-like roots descended to the forest floor and gradually enclosed its host tree, restricting its sap flow. So there is some other information right there about the tree. All right, so on with the trip. Was that an incredible tree or what? That is what I was actually hoping to see, was that tree there. And oh my God, whoa, look at this. Wow. Here's another one. Now you can't walk through this tree, and I might try to climb it if I weren't afraid that it was like a stinging tree. But look at that. That is really something else. Wow. It's like a Harry Potter tree or something. That is something. Look at that. That is just too cool. Wow. Look at that. That really is beautiful. Well worth the visit to Bunya National Park. I gotta tell you, it's a spectacular place. And just around the corner, there are some more of these trees, albeit they smaller. But look at this place. Absolutely incredible. Boy, you know, these Aussies, they've got it all figured out. They really do. And there is that tree right there again. Boy. Oh, goodness gracious. Look at that tree. Is that something or what? Wow. That really is cool. And the sun is going to be going down here before too long. And I hope I've gotten to see a fair amount of it. Wow. Bulging buttresses. That says some rainforest trees have an obvious swelling at the base of their trunk, a mystery purpose. Although no one knows exactly why buttress roots exist, several theories have been proposed. Perhaps buttress roots may provide extra support to the tree and help to balance the crown's weight in the often shallow rainforest soils. They may collect fallen leaves and rainwater, channeling the water and nutrients directly from the canopy above. Buttress roots may extract as much of the possible nutrients from the surface and upper layers of the usually nutrient-poor rainforest soils. So there is your explanation to these buttress trees that you see right here. Look at that. You know, as the Elton John song goes, don't let the sun go down on me. And I've been humming that for the last 5 or 10 minutes, thinking that I've got to wrap this up. And I'm sure that I could stay here probably all day and just enjoy the magic of this place, such as this tree here. Look at that. Wow. That really is another beautiful tree. Look at that. But the sun is going down. As my camera is panning up, I've got to keep in mind that the sun is going down here. And as I said, I don't want to end up getting stuck here in the rainforest. I think that's what you call this. I think it's a rainforest. Look at the tree here at the base. Wow, that really is something. I'll pan up and give you a shot from this angle. Really. Look at that. I hope you've enjoyed this visit to the Bunya National Park here in beautiful Queensland as much as I have. And somebody told me that just up ahead there is another rather nice tree to take a look at as I give you a nice view here of these plants that are growing. What a magical place. It really is. Just a really, really special place. And I hope that those of you that are watching this that have never been here, I hope that you make it here one day. And for those of you that don't make it here one day, I hope that my walk and talk and visit to the Bunya National Park made you feel like you were here yourself. Almost like you could reach out and touch these beautiful, beautiful trees here. Really. Look at that. Just magnificent. Really, really something to behold. Very nice. And I'm going to find my way back to the parking lot as I share these last couple of trees with you here. There's one on each side of the path, as a matter of fact. And I could just bring the camera right back around here and show you the other one. And bring it down. Wow. Fabulous. Just fabulous. All right. So time to head back.